It is tax season, and joining us today is Stephen Montgomery and the boss of Gorden Gates with Tax Resolution Services of Hawaii. And hi, you guys.
Doing good.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Mahalo.
We know you guys are a friend, especially if you're running into issues with your taxes. Now, tell us what Tax Resolution Services of Hawaii does.
Well, basically, if you get into trouble, a lot of times what's happening is people aren't filing their taxes. What we found out is during COVID time, a lot of people weren't working, they didn't have money, they ended up not even filing their taxes. And what's happening is all of this is catching up. And right now the IRS is hiring thousands of people, and they're all rookies.
They like get their money.
They like get their money, so they're going to be coming after people. And that's where we come in. A lot of the tax firms out there, they know how to do taxes, but they don't know how to resolve the problems with people that haven't filed or that owe money. And that's where we come in to help you out.
And sometimes people aren't necessarily trying to defraud the IRS or the government, but by accident they don't know. For instance, I got one letter from the IRS saying that I owed money from earlier this year, and I was like, wow, I never know. So I ended up paying it. But if people get into that kind of situation, you guys can help them, right?
Absolutely. A lot of times what happens is they get a letter, and states do this quite often too. They figure it's like a fishing expedition. We just send out all of these small ones and just hope that people just say, like you, write the check.
Bite. I wouldn't take the bait.
Yeah, so you wouldn't bite on that one. And then the other thing that we would have talked sorry about too is that they probably charged you penalties and interest, and we could show you how to get them to give that back to you also too.
Wow, that is awesome. I wish I knew you earlier. But anyway, so Stephen, so I mentioned that I did get a letter, but there are some scams. Sometimes people are scam artists. So how can you identify a scam?
Yeah, well, there's a few different ways. A lot of times, if it's a 1-800 number that you're calling someone, in the mainland, it's most likely a salesperson. So just know who you're talking to. A salesperson versus a professional, like an enrolled agent, is one good way. And then another one is over-promising, or the bait and switch, where they are promising to deliver all these great results without actually knowing your situation first. So making sure that you're doing an analysis with a professional before moving forward.
So if we get a letter from the IRS, the first person to call or people to call would be you guys, and then you guys can kind of handle it. Do you take the workload from us and just kind of handle it?
So unless you're dealing with a tax professional already, because sometimes you want to go to them. That's who did your work. They might say, you know what, we don't handle something like this, and that's where you would contact us.
Okay.
And we talk about the scams and stuff. You've all heard them late night. Hey, settle with the IRS, pennies on the dollar.
Right.
Not always true. Less than 5% of people actually get to settle for the pennies on the dollar. It's an actual calculation that has to be done. So it's no magic. It's not like somebody went talk sorry with the IRS and hey, I went jewel them down, but I got them all the way down to $5. No, it's an actual calculation that needs to get done.
Got it. So if we want to get a hold of you guys, how do we do that?
Phone number.
Phone number is 808-800-4805.
Okay,
It's
one more time.
Tax Resolution Services of Hawaii, 808-800-4805.
Right on. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be calling you guys up. Gorden, Stephen, thank you guys for being on the show with us.
Mahalo,
We appreciate you guys, and especially helping out our Kama'aina and our local people over here.